I suppose ultimately, because of what I experienced when I was a little boy, and when you realize you're experiencing the one eternity creation spheres in the worlds that I normally live in and that I come from, and coming down here. When you perceive yourself, which means knowing your true self, as knowing that I'm not supposed to experience anything less than eternal love wherever I go in living spirit, because that's the nature of my spirit, that's the nature of the worlds that we create, those are the worlds that we live in. I'm not supposed to experience anything less than what that is. So at 4 years of age, I let everybody know around me, I'm not ever going to budge on that. No matter what you say, no matter who you are, doesn't matter what star system you come from, it doesn't matter what DNA template you run, because I know that this was for all the marbles, which means every template was up for grabs, was going to be a target. So I'm very familiar with what they know how to do. Okay? Because you can have somebody, for example, that's an Arcturian running a DNA template, an AB plus bloodline, and I've seen them go down. Okay? And that includes everybody in the multiverse when you realize this is for all the marbles. So I realized, and I mentioned my clan mother, when I am equal unto all, even though you're clan mother, okay, as a polarity integrator, I'm not giving any less love to you, which means I honor you no different than I do a bird. Okay, which means the same eternal love I'm giving to a bird is the same eternal love I'm giving to you. That's called equal unto all, which is equal distribution of eternal love. Okay? So I realize that we are all equal unto other because we are all experiencing being connected to each other through the one. That's what it means to be whole. That's what it means to have a marriage. Right? Which means that the poles become one. Okay? I experience myself being one in all creation, that I am gifting electrons at the highest rate of speed. That's the one. That's the EFFI sound and light field. That's the highest state of consciousness, which is the highest state of awareness, because the highest state of awareness is the energy from whence it all began, is the one. The ancient one, the eternal one. There's only one. The spiral that began life creation, which is eternal life creation. That's what I am. So now when I'm in here in what we call a salvage mission, that's to salvage everything that we can. Right? So what I do is I map read how much resistance, when you understand what a resistor is, right, on a motherboard, of what's been held in memory, which is RAM, read active memory. What's held in the memory banks of the planetary memory banks that people are still running, that have yet to be cleared, so you're experiencing zero. Okay? If you're not experiencing zero, you're not experiencing the one. So if your consciousness is codependent on something that is a deadlight energy magnet, you're not experiencing the one. Because their consciousness has a codependent relationship with deadlight energy. And that's deadlight energy integration. That's choosing their spiral to play war games. Using gaming consoles, which are laptops, PCs, and phones, in which is taking place, which is the ping pong between the polarities, which means they're not experiencing being integrated as the one, experiencing eternal light creation spheres. So this is always about knowing who you are. and the one you're with, and your free will choice to choose who you choose to be with. Right? This is what made it very challenging for me when I realized from the time I was a little kid, I don't want to hold anything in memory that I'm held captive to that doesn't serve me. Serve me, right? If I'm experiencing being one with all creation, then I don't want to hold anything in memory that is doing what? Slowing me down. And the easiest way to slow your bio voltage down is to have a codependent relationship with dead energy. Okay? Because now you're experiencing something that's already happened rather than generating something that's happening in real time, which is real light, which is eternal light, which is what love is. Okay? So I've made enough qualifiers in all of this because of the fact when I was a kid and I was saying to myself, because of the use and the acceleration of electrons, because you realize that they wouldn't be able to experience all the things that they experience by virtue of being able to live in nice hotels, having nice yachts, driving a fast car, having nice clothes, going to a movie theater, all the things that represent the matter side, which is the material side of creation, okay? They're driven by that. So they're driven by the matter side, okay, of what we experience external to us in our mirror, rather than what is internal to us that we are projecting and thus generating out of eternal love, what we experience in those worlds. We are the generators and the co-creators of those worlds. So you are a co-creator with the one, experiencing eternal light energy that is the energy that we use with the eternal spirit of fire to generate what we experience in our mirrors, using our infinite creative imagination connected to the one upon which it appears. So when you have a codependent relationship where you're the source of energy that is keeping it running, then it's slowing your energy down. When it's slowing your energy down, what happens? That's something that's feeding on your energy. Because you're the energy that is running the machinery. So it needs a source of energy in which to maintain what it's aware of, to maintain the information management services upon which you're experiencing the data. Now you experience the torque speed differential between one and the other, and that's knowing one from the other, which is knowing the difference between a dead light magnet and a living light eternal magnet that is the eternal spirit of fire that's on fire to create. And it's on fire to create worlds and galaxies born out of eternal love. So when you are in love, experiencing being loved, that is a beloved that is using that energy to experience what we experience in our mirror. Because the energy that we are is the energy that we are projecting, and that is the mirror in the sky that is projecting back to us the energy we are in which it began. That's why I experience pink in my mirror, because the mirror in the sky, which is the sun, is experiencing what I am. Now it's letting me know it's experiencing what I am. That's simple enough. So now it's a matter of knowing who we are. Now we're back to the frequency and the codes that we're running to experience what we're choosing of our own free will intent to project and generate using our consciousness the waves which represent the codes, which is the plasma that we're now experiencing who we are by having a relationship with the sun, the mirror in the sky. Right? That's the work we do. So it is all about, remember when they were going about, I can remember this going back, there was a doctor who wrote a book by, I think her name was Karen Black, about codependent relationships. Codependent relationships. How about codependent relationships between negative and positive ions? I'm depending on you, you're depending on me. Right? And when a codependent relationship zeroes out those ions to experience no charge, you're experiencing the relationship that we have with the one. Now we're all experiencing the one. Now we're all being integrated into the one, which means every unit of consciousness from which it all began is experiencing being loved. That means that nothing in the multiverse is experiencing war or ping pong or competing against one another. Instead, we are playing music together that is in harmony, rhythm, and balance with the waves experiencing the equilibrium states, which is perfect balance. That's consciousness that is in perfect balance with the one, the first musician. Yeah, have a great day.